Welcome to the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show, a broadcast service of globalbusinessnews.net.
This episode from the meeting room of Global TV Talk Show is brought to you by
The Bridge School, the accredited international online private school of choice, at bridgek12.org.
Porch Light Rental and Destination Services. Reduce your renter lump sum or managed relocation costs. Visit them at porchlightrental.com.
Cube Monk, featuring the world's first smart cube. Track your goods with our advanced GPS system. Welcome to the future of moving and relocation at cubemonk.com.
Primestone Partners, featuring corporate, government, and developer housing solutions, as well as senior-level advisory services. Find them at primestonepartners.com.
And by heirs.com. With our full range of services, we can help design and manage your international relocation. Find us at heirs.com.
Insured Nomads provides protection and peace of mind, with health insurance, travel insurance, group, or tailored insurance for the globally mobile. Visit us at insurednomads.com.
And by International Auto Source. We are the vehicle experts for expats, featuring all major brands of automobiles with flexible solutions and financing. On the web at intlauto.com.
Become a global player in your field.
Cross Culture to Go provides virtual support for your global business and career success.
We can help you thrive in 140 plus countries and markets.
On the web at crossculturetogo.com.
It's Ed Cohen in San Diego, and this again is Global TV Talk Show, a news product of globalbusinessnews.net. I want to encourage you to go have a look. We're here today with Maria Cristina Kouris in Athens and Dino Isernia from Naples. And I thank you again, guys, for being on this program to essentially shoot the breeze about what's going on in the business world that we're related to. Maria, are people booking vacation time through you for Santorini, Mykonos, Hydra?
First of all, Ed, thank you. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here with you today and for so many eyeballs to see us and learn what is going on in our countries. To answer your question, first, I will start with something a little negative, but the past few days in Greece, it hasn't been good with COVID, and the cases have increased a lot. So we are all in lockdown everywhere in Greece because, and now I'm passing to the positive side of things, the fact that we're all in full lockdown is because we're waiting for the good weather to come. So we want to not to spread the virus as much as possible. So to enjoy the good weather, and along with us, also the tourists who will come and all the other assignees that they want to come and stay in Greece. So to answer your question, yes, we are reading in the news, and we have been receiving information that a lot of people are booking their places to come to Greece this summer. So we're very happy for that. And there is this hope that things will be as normal as possible and everybody will be able to, to feel like human beings again. I don't know, Dino, is it the same in Italy? Sorry, Ed, am I supposed to do that?
Yes, you do anything you want.
Well, thanks a lot. Again, it's always great to be on Ed's show. Yes, we're actually, you know how they say, Rican Italians, it's same face and we're like cousins. So actually where we are now, we've been in lockdown for the past 2 weeks. The system is a color system, orange, yellow, And the red, obviously red is negative and yellow is positive. So we're actually in red. That means we're locked down. So we should be until the middle of just after Easter. And due to the fact is mainly that we don't have enough vaccines available. Someone messed up on the order to Amazon. I don't know how, but
It's the European Union, or I don't know either.
we're actually at this stage we're trying to preserve as much as we can. And again, it's very similar. Our experts are saying they're hoping for what happened last year when the good weather comes in. It seems that the virus has a problem dealing with beautiful temperatures. So we'll see.
Yeah. So does wine help at all?
Wine always helps.
Yes.
In everything.
That and olive oil, right? So, okay. So I wish you guys well and stay safe. Here in the U.S., I don't know why, but a lot of people have, in the past month, and only in the past month, have volunteered to get vaccinated. Joanne and I, and we got both shots of Moderna over a month ago. So we were one of the early ones. But
Ed, sorry to interrupt. What do you mean voluntarily? Here, for example, there is a specific procedure that people, when they're 80, first is the people who are suffering from a disease, and also older people. It goes with ages, like 80 and up, they can get the vaccine, and they go in a list, and then they go and they get the vaccine. Right now, it has gone down to 60 years old that they can get the vaccine. But for example, if I wanted to get a vaccine, I cannot. So is it the same in the US, or you can?
We were in an advanced group here in a section of San Diego that has a lot of research hospitals, and we were lucky to get in early. And but there has been certain criteria for the distribution, but as of like 2 weeks ago, it's just hurry up and get it. Everybody, doesn't matter who and what age. And so that is an extremely fast push, and a lot of people are doing it. I don't know of anybody, or don't even hear of anybody other than in the news, of people saying, no, I'm not getting it. But everybody's doing it. The net result is that there's less spreading. Doesn't mean that the disease isn't out there somewhere, but it does. The number of cases reported and hospitalizations in the U.S. is way down, and just like that. So it's still there, but it's
So
not.
it works. The vaccine works.
Well, at least here it does. So let's talk about mental exercise. Okay, never mind physical that we should do, but mental exercise in terms of reinventing the products and the services that we have, because the needs of our best customers have changed. The people, the companies, COVID is responsible for forcing change on how people work, of course. Look at us doing this. But also the relocation activity in some companies, as I think you know, has never stopped. But in most, it's just been pushed off and delayed. So I know of energy companies that have not stopped moving people. And they're getting ready for a really big push this spring and summer, but not so in other companies. So I'm sure you're seeing the same kind of thing. So how are you guys, from a destination services point of view, going to offer different kinds of services, more empathy and understanding of people, of course, but what kinds of changes, what kind of reinventions, redesign of your own services do you think will become the most popular as you get to talk with more RMCs and more live transferees? What will change most? Maria.
Thank you, Ed. There's so many things that I want to say about what you're saying. So let me try to put it to be clear. First of all, Ed, because our services have to do with humans, we know that the human touch will not go away. It is needed. Even if COVID comes, even if whatever virus comes. What I mean by that is that for sure we have to be updated in digitalization. How do you say it? With putting more IT in our everyday lives. And this is something that we all had to do, and some companies had to do it very quickly and abruptly, you know, like they had to operate very quickly and change from an office where everybody was there to a virtual meetings, while others had already started doing it. So it was going to come. The digitalization was going to come. Now, concerning our company, and I think that with Dino is the same, is that because we are the actual providers that do the service in the country, we always will need to have this human touch and meet with our customers. It's just that it will not be at the same volume as it was before. At the same volume, what I mean is that if within a service you were meeting the assignee more, now you will try everything that can be done without the presence to be done without the presence. But at some point you will need to meet them, because when you are helping them finding a property, for example, or getting to know their needs in specific things that you need to meet them, this will never go away. Now, again, I want to stress that for me, digitalization is there to optimize administrative and bureaucratic procedures and not the actual service. That is why we don't really need to reinvent the wheel, because the actual service will continue to be, you have to understand the other human to try to help him. It's just that I feel that more diversity in our teams will be, meaning that teamwork from us in order to understand the needs of the person who is coming will be needed more, because the era we are living, because the choices are so more, and human beings are becoming more in need of very personalized service, we will need more diversity in understanding these needs.
I believe that.
Yeah, you understand what? Thank you, Ed. I thought that you didn't understand what I was saying.
I get it.
So yes, this is what I believe the future will have a shift.
So this is your approach, your understanding, and you're convinced of that. So Dino, I want to bring you into this. So would you agree that this is a Southern Europe, it's a Mediterranean personal approach, more human?
I think so, but obviously when you receive an RFP from an RMC or a big company, it doesn't say if you're Italian, we want you to greet your client with a glass of wine. So I do agree that as a destination service provider, you do need to have the FaceTime. There's really nothing around that, and that is a plus when you do our type of business. What we have seen more in, obviously, for example, the virtual views of housing. We're seeing a lot of that. But again, it's not passing over well to the client because they tend not to make a decision. They can put down a list of maybes, but it's always on the back burner. So having the virtual views is great, it's fantastic, but it doesn't really hit the spot at the moment. So other things that we're seeing also, we're having lots of requests for people who are departing for COVID tests. That's something we don't even, can we provide assistance with COVID tests? Obviously we can. So we're seeing more services that are coming into place, like the COVID test, and which is starting to become mandatory, obviously when people leave. And also something that we're starting to see with some clients is that when they see a house, they want an extra room, and the room has to be a room where they can work from home, and also where we can set up a workstation. So they're asking us for a house, not necessarily with more budget. It's usually the same budget for a bigger house, and to assist them to put a workstation in so they can work from home. So ironically, there are some advantages with this COVID, and I agree with Maria. Unfortunately, or great for us, we are here. Most of our business is here to actually assist in giving a service. Now, I don't think we'll be to the next level of actually providing a vaccine for our clients, but you never know.
You never know, I know.
Just to add something there, Dino, because it's exactly what we have seen as well on the new epoch, is that it's also a lot of consultation. We have increased a lot our services in consultation. People are trying to understand what is going on in the country, where can we help immigration-wise, the new procedures, everything that has to do with the new reality.
Something that's really neat is that the Bridge School partners with various organizations to provide learning for their students. For example, we partner with a major ballet company, and we are able to enroll several of their students into our school. So now not only is the student able to participate in a school and have a seamless transition while they're very active in their ballet career, but now they have other dancers that are with them that are doing some of the same courses. So it's almost becoming a camaraderie where they're taking similar courses, they're working together on their ballet, and really being able to form this great partnership with these organizations to provide a needed service. A lot of times there are student athletes who will spend hours and hours at the gym or at the basketball courts, wherever it is. And if they're attending a traditional school, they're in school from 8 to 3. They get a quick snack, and then they're at the gym for 3 to 4 hours in the evening. Coming to us and having that partnership, they're able to break that up throughout the day. They can have a morning practice, get some schooling in, have an afternoon practice, finish their schooling in the evening. So there's that flexibility. And additionally, if there are tournaments or performances, it's fantastic because if there's a week where they have shows straight through, they can take that week off of learning and then pick back up when they're done. So it offers this great flexibility. And for the program owners of these sports leagues, it is a win-win situation for them because they see this need. They see this need that their students need to make sure that they are obtaining the grades necessary to be successful adults in our country and in other countries. But it provides them an environment where they can be successful at both.
So we're just a little bit of news and info here to extend what we're talking about now. I'm developing a series of programs that will extend starting in April and going forward on a regular basis about suppliers, okay, in the relocation industry. We'll focus on what are the needs of the suppliers going forward and the voices of suppliers, such as you guys are suppliers, okay? And you gather in your own ways, you gather resources that customers are going to need. If not right away, then after they move in or get settled, whether it's schooling, or transportation, or job search, or shopping.
Tax? Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tax advisors as well. But
Yeah.
This is a supplier of consulting.
Yeah. So I just want to let you know that I'm doing that. I'm building it. It's going to start here in the US. In the next month. I'll let you know. And you'll certainly be welcome to join in if you wish, at no charge. So destination services, relocation direction is where the rubber meets the road, in my view. That's where it all happens, taking care of the individual people, the family. And I think Southern Europeans know how to do that better than anybody, really, because you're used to family and used to group activities, taking care of things, making people comfortable one way or another. So the chain of command and the communication of those needs back to the corporation or through I have nothing against RMCs, but they get in the way. And at the same time, they don't want you talking to the corporations because they're afraid of them liking you so much they're going to go direct to you. So I know it's a game.
You have professional agreements that you can't do that. So but I understand.
Yeah. So giving voice to the suppliers is what our program is going to be all about, and encompassing the new needs of whatever they are in the COVID era. So transferees are probably not going to be allowed, employees are not going to become transferees, very likely, unless they have a vaccination and can prove it, and are physically well and mentally well. And
how do you prove they're mentally well?
Yeah, well, you have to have a conversation with them and see whether they are emotionally intelligent and ready for dealing with stress. Yeah. And of course, you want the business, and so you're going to try to help no matter what. But I think companies are going to be really restrictive on who they allow to become a representative of the company on international assignment. What do you think, Dino?
You know what? I think, like you said, when they hit the road, the companies, obviously the psychological background checks, I think they are always they're always done at a certain level. You know, I would tend to say yes, but to be honest, I think people want to get back, and companies want to get back. They want their people back on out there and doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I really don't think there's going to be a lot of math in, you know, how many people we send. I'm hoping that's the case. So maybe it's not. Maybe I'm a bit ambitious, but I think this pandemic will eventually. We're not going to probably forget about it, but I think the companies will continue business as usual. There's so much interest. For example, we have in the south of Italy, we have a big organization of there's companies for aerospace that, you know, that I still have a pending list of those from last year, and they're going to be coming. So, you know, we got a backlog, and we're going to have to suit that backlog. And what's going to happen? They're going to come at the best time of the year, in the summer or into the summer. And I don't think
it's always the case, Dino.
I don't think they're going to want to lose out. So that's how I'm hoping it's going to be.
Yeah, well, I hope so too. Let's all get ready for that. Okay, so in terms of property, okay, and where transferees will live, will anything be different in the selection? Will they be certified as clean and safe? Maria?
Yes, Ed. First of all, let me comment a little bit on the question that you had before.
Yeah.
I believe that as countries, at least Greece, but I think it's the same in Italy, traditionally we are a destination country that attracts talent mobility. So I think in Italy it's a little bit different, but here, you know, only when there is big projects, like engineers come for a big project, they come as many people in a group. I think that this will continue for the projects all over the world where it's needed. While destination countries as Greece, where we don't have so many moves of whole offices, it will continue to be talent mobility. So I believe that we will start seeing again big relocation packages, like meaning that one family comes, but they want all the services and they want a full relocation package. You know what I mean? That when you bring a group, you just, services are limited. They just want a home and that's it. You know, when somebody comes who is at a senior level and they want to come and bring all the family together, is a different kind of relocation.
Yeah, sure things. Let me ask you, Maria, to talk about lifestyle in normal times in Greece, where the corporations are. Paul, if you're ready, would you show a couple of those pictures that I sent you? So Maria, what are we looking at here? That's would you describe that beautiful picture, please? And
it's the first time I see it. I don't know.
Well, what's that building on that plateau up there?
Falling down.
It's not falling down, Dino. It's not falling down. It has been there since many centuries. So, maybe yours down there in Sicily, they're falling down. I don't know. So yes, we see Parthenon, we see Athens, we see the sun, which is ours, as you know. Tell me, what do you want me to say about this?
Okay, so the neighborhoods just below, in the front of the Parthenon, and if I remember correctly from the last time I was in Athens, that's a pretty upscale area there, right?
Yes, it's just that this area, because it's in the center of Athens, and you see that the construction is very tight. I don't know how to say it. Very
crowded, very crowded.
Very crowded. Assignees that choose to live there, they are either singles, and it's people that they want to be around, to be in the center of things with a lot of restaurants and bars, and if their company is situated far away, then it's not a very good area to choose, because there is a lot of traffic. There is specific regulations in order to get in the center of Athens. For example, there is, we call it the ring, which is in the ring of Athens. If your plate, the number of your car, it depends on your plate of the car, what it ends to.
Yeah.
So the 1st, 3rd, 5th of the month, it goes with the plate of your car. If your plate ends in 248, then these are the numbers of the month that you can get freely into Athens, at least during the hours, the peak hours, which is morning until afternoon. So again, yes, close to the Parthenon, it's Lycabettus, which is a very, it's the mountain that you see, and it's a very posh area that you stay, but families do not select very frequently to live there, because schools are far away, international schools are in the suburbs. And usually when families have kids, their first priority is the transportation to school, and their second priority is the transportation to their office. Multinational companies as well are not so many in the center of Athens, but in the suburbs, either northern or southern. So again, living in the center of Athens is either for people that will or are working remotely, so they can choose the area that they stay, but the area that they stay they do not depend on traffic or on everyday obligations, or singles, or these are the categories that people decide to stay in the center of Athens.
Okay, this is very good. I just wanted to have you explain to our audience around the world who will be seeing this and marvel at it. So this is the Plaka, right, Maria?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember walking through there. And again, that's the Parthenon. I guess it's at dusk. The sun is going down, the lights are coming up. So in the Plaka, that's kind of a big square. It's a marketplace, right?
Yes, it's Monastiraki, it is called. It is in the area of Plaka. It is the most touristic area in Athens, and it's a great place to go on. I would go on a Sunday or Saturday with my family, because you see ancient ruins everywhere. And the view is also very nice of the rest of Athens, and you can taste souvlaki.
Yeah.
You can, if the weather is good, which usually it is, as I told you, the sun is ours. You can sit down and enjoy the sun together with all the good weather.
Yeah.
So even if when you're there, you always, for some reason, you always think of the ancient Greeks being there and thinking about democracy and about this kind of, so you feel like philosophizing when you are there?
Well, so is it common to see people walking around in white sheets?
White sheets, like ancient Greeks, you mean?
Yeah, like Aristotle or Socrates.
Only this weekend, because it's the carnival, you know. No.
Thank you for playing along with me. Thank you. Okay, and so now we go to tourism, of course. Now I've sat there under that red house right over there, and but that was a long time ago. And we're at Santorini as well on that same trip, but I didn't have that view. We were on the other side, I think. Yeah.
Which
So,
one you say you have sat on in the
yeah,
bar in the red
yeah. You see
taverna?
that?
Or?
Yeah, in Mykonos. It's right under that red building there with the outside table. Yeah, but that day I was there, and the wind was blowing like fast, and everything was flying around. So you had to,
Mykonos has this, yeah.
yeah, because we had to hold on to the beer bottle and the glass because it might get carried away. We didn't want to waste the liquor or the beer. Just lifestyle of yeah. There we go. So this is Rhodes, isn't it? Is this Rhodes or Mykonos? I guess with those windmills.
With windmills, I don't think it's Rhodes. No, Mykonos and Santorini, they belong to the same. You know that the islands, they belong to some groups. Like we have categorized them in groups, and Mykonos and Santorini are in the same group of islands where you don't see a lot of green.
Right, they're rocky. Yeah,
they're rocky and windy. So you really need to know to follow the wind in order to know in which beach you will go the next day. Because according to the wind, of course, the sea behaves accordingly as well.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, and they also have these typical houses of white and blue.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Painting.
It's beautiful. It's so atmospheric. Okay, Paul, let's move on to Italy and Dino. So I've got a couple of pictures, tourist pictures, and maybe you could describe what we're going to look at.
I think it has a beautiful picture of Il Baia di Napoli, and from the behind with the view of the volcano Vesuvio, which that's very typical for tourists, and it's just a beautiful area, and it's because it's a very hilly location, like for example like Beverly Hills and those areas there. You have the posh area, which is called Posillipo, which is up on the hill overlooking the bay, and then down it's practically embracing, overlooking the city of Naples itself. So
yeah.
This is the Costiera Amalfitana. This is actually the Amalfi Coast.
Beautiful.
And it's practically 10 minutes away from where I am actually right now.
Oh, really? So are you right near the town of Amalfi?
We are, yeah, it's 7 kilometers, so very close.
South or higher up?
We're south.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah.
So when you come and visit Ed, obviously you know where to come. So
yeah, I think I've mentioned to you that Joanne and I we love the Amalfi Coast. We've been there many times. But so is this Sicily? What are we looking at here? No, it's not Sicily. Let's see. What does that say? Mount Vesuvius? No, not that. Mount Solero. Well, it looks nice.
I think that's more towards the Amalfi Coast in
Yeah,
London.
yeah. So anyway, we stayed in the village of Amalfi, and we stayed in a B&B, no, a small hotel, I guess, right opposite that big church there. As you come in from the sea, you go through that archway. It's right there.
This is the island of Ischia, which is a volcanic island. It's very similar to Santorini, as because it's, and I believe for what I read also, I've never been to Santorini, but I know it's a volcanic. It's very similar with a volcanic, and it has, if you can see, it has the same colors as well. So
that's what I wanted to ask you, Dino. Is it Vesuvius? Is it a live volcano or a dead volcano?
Vesuvio not. The live volcano, which is acting as we speak, is Etna. That's in Sicily.
Yeah. Okay. Belching, huh? Okay. Thank you, Paul. Oh, Procida. Oh, what's this?
Procida is an island that we have the three islands just outside the Bay of Naples. We have Procida, Ischia, and Capri. So very beautiful island.
It's not livable. It's not. It doesn't have houses.
Yes,
It does.
Procida has I think it's like 10,000 inhabitants in Procida.
It is small the way we say it.
Summer it comes 3 million, but it's
yeah, Capri. I've been on Capri a couple of times. Unfortunately, both times were in August.
Capri is the most expensive and obviously the very touristic. And August is probably the worst time you want to go to Capri. But of course, you probably couldn't dictate that. So
yeah, we just went. Yeah, you know what we liked is taking the hydrofoils rather than taking the windy road along the Amalfi Coast. So, because
when you come, I'll take you on the windy road with the Vespa. Okay, you got a bit of a better look at it.
Okay, I'm gonna hang on to your stomach then, right?
and Joanna as well. You know, Italian people, they get 3 of them on a motorbike.
3. Oh, that's great. Yeah, so that's just wonderful to dream about that area. I think I've mentioned before that we've just loved Sorrento, and in the main square, a couple of our favorite bars are right there in the circle there where all the cars come together. You know, so many times we sat there on the outside watching the traffic and the policemen going like this, and nobody ever hit the policeman. But the cars are going by so fast. It's just amazing.
Well, now it's usually they shut the roads off, so it's a little bit more simple, less, a little bit more healthy, a little bit more green. So you won't see a lot of cars anymore going actually inside the cities as much as they used to.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Okay, so in Athens, do you take the subway, or do you not use the subway?
Well, we do take the subway. Traffic in Athens has increased a lot. It's just that in the suburbs, Greek families it's a family that has at least 2 or 3 cars. Like, you may not have enough money to wear a hat, but you will have a car. So yes, we have a lot of cars, but in the center of Athens, the photos that you showed us, public transportation is a must.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also there is a lot of bicycles, but you won't see so many as you would think that you would see, because Athens is, as you know, it has a lot of hills.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. Very tiring. Yeah.
Yeah. Very difficult. Yeah. Well, this has really been interesting, and I hope it's been okay for you. When Our audience is generally about 70% in the U.S. and Canada, 20% across Europe, 9% Asia Pacific, although that's changing now. It's increasing, and 1% Middle East and Africa. So our distribution of this program will begin in about a day or so. And we have over 17,000 direct links, connections through LinkedIn. And our website gets about 1,000 readers, views a week, usually. And sometimes it spikes higher. But we also belong to, through LinkedIn, 94 groups. And it's crazy. But the total distribution exposure is close to 1 million. Now, it doesn't mean 1 million people are going to watch you, but they're going to be sent this. And this will happen over the course of 6-7 months going forward, where we roll it out. And we also send it direct to people we both know in the relocation industry, and more than once. So I want to thank you for being on the program. And now, as we focus in on the spring and summer and getting ready for good luck and good business and good health, if you could, both of you, if you could run a relocation management company, a big one, what would you do? What's the number one thing that you would do, or work on improving, or call out to be a terrific thing and you should do more of it? Maria?
Ed, I would create small groups of people so they're all aligned in what they do and how they communicate with their suppliers and their clients.
Small groups so that there's more dialogue rather than dictation.
Alignment.
Alignment, okay, where everybody understands what's going on.
Exactly. I believe that this is the challenge of big companies, of RMCs, of even big multinational companies, even of the world, the organization of the whole world, even in politics, even in everything.
Thank you. Dino, you want to give a shot at this?
Yeah, if I may, I have, obviously I'm the CEO of this big RMC, and I can actually say two things. I have more, but I'll just say two for the sake of time. So one, I would absolutely hire people who have a very broad international background. You know, if they've been expats themselves, or if they have a mix of international background, you know, Europe, South America, the more continents, the better it is. That would be one of my first on my checklist. And
so that's because of just empathy and understanding and knowledge.
Knowing a bit more of the geographical, you know, we're talking about big company internationals. So the more we know about our geography, I think the better it is. So that would be one of my things. And the second, I would try to enforce the DSPs, or even the companies who use our services, to have a little bit more of a cultural courses, that intercultural courses, more than anything else. And not just the intercultural courses, by local providers in that area. For example, we know that Milan is very different than it is in the south, in Sicily. So having the expertise of that DSP to provide us some local consulting on culture. That's, maybe even the simple things of when you say ciao, or when in the morning, or when you say ciao at night, what does it mean? So simple things, but
meaningful, because because natives understand it different, and that should be communicated somehow. So I was watching this Italian food show the other night, and an earlier episode from last week, they focused in on southern Italy, and it was all about food, of course, and through the foods, people communicate, right? And they talk because they're sitting at the table and enjoying, right? So in the southern Italy, it's all based upon oil, olive oils, as a key ingredient, as opposed to Milano. The guy said, no, it's all butter.
It's it's kind of a paradigm as well, because obviously a show, it's not a show if it doesn't have a little bit of imagination on TV. Yeah, because in Milano, one of the first their cuisine is based on a risotto, and the risotto is made with butter. Well, the South, we don't even know, we don't use butter. It's something that the people who we don't use it whatsoever. So we use olive oil. So
yeah, and you're probably healthier.
Probably. That all depends. Yes, so you have the levels, and it does. That's part of the cultural interaction that I would have, being the guru of this big RMC or this company. You maybe insist on, and one of my employees, and I when she quoted this, and I was at the time I was thinking, why would she say that? And she actually said to a customer during the orientation, she said that you'll realize when you're not making friends after you've been a year in the country, you realize you're not making friends if they don't give you olive oil.
Yeah, true.
So for us, maybe Maria's the same. It's like, God, that's a true fact. You're not making friends if you don't get a bottle of wine, or if you're not getting a bottle of olive oil. That's just how a custom is. So at the time, it was like, did she really say that? But if you think about it, it really is authentic. It really is how it is.
Okay, Maria. So is it the same between Athens and Napleon?
It's a very nice point, Dino. Yes, well, Greece can be compared to Sicily. Like, Italy is too big to, as Dino says, it does have a lot of discrepancies or differences between the different areas. Like butter and olive oil is a great example. In Greece, we don't have butter, but in the whole of Greece. But we do have a lot of differences between the regions. So yes, it's very important for the person who is delivering the service to know the details of the place where the assignees are coming, but also where they're coming from, so they can focus on the differences. So for the assignees to understand what is waiting for them in the new country is what I told you before about the fact that the company needs diversity, needs a lot of different people to work together in order to be able to understand the client better.
Thank you for sharing that information. And again, it's been an education being with you guys. And please come back and do it again. And if you individually, if each of you would like to recommend to me somebody else, somebody from Italy, somebody from Greece, who might be interested to come and be a guest on a future program. We want to go deeper. We want to learn more. And by having a Mediterranean focus, of course, it's such a big area, it's so diverse. Would love to get your guidance going forward.
What kind of professional ed is it? Can it be from another sector?
And anything at all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The key thing is destination services expertise. So whether it's Tunis or Cairo or Tel Aviv or Beirut or Cyprus or Casablanca, we could have a good time doing this and be educational at the same time.
Absolutely.
Okay, so thank you again.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Bye, Maria.
It
Nice
was a
talk.
pleasure to see you both. Bye. Have a nice day and afternoon.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye, bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you for joining us in the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show.
Have a wonderful day, and stay safe.